Right guys, how are we doing today? My name's Tony from Guitar Made Easy by Tony, and this is where I take beginner guitarists and help them become intermediate guitarists and better by teaching them cool stuff like blues and improvisation. And that's what we're going to be looking at today. And this is at the request of one of my students, one of the guys in the Facebook group, Billy. And if you're not in the Facebook group, then that's why you should be there, because you can talk to me, ask me questions, and I'll do a video for you. How cool is that, right? Anyways, Billy has asked me about improvisation, and when you're playing along with something, how do you do more than just play the melody with it? How do you improvise and come up with your own licks and your own fills and things like that? So I thought I would do a cool lesson. This is one that I teach my students at my school, and it's a good example. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the song The House of the Rising Sun, and I'm going to provide you with a backing track and some tab as well, which you'll need to find via my website. It's completely free, so I'll leave a link in the description, and that'll make the lesson a lot easier to follow, and then you'll have a backing track to practice and play along with as well. So yeah, so some good things to know before getting into this lesson. If you already know the pentatonic scale, that would be useful as well. I'll go through things as slowly as I can, but I'm going to go through the pentatonic scale. I'm going to teach you some extra notes that you can add in there, and some ideas to play outside the melody. So I'm going to teach you the melody to the song, how to play that, and then some ideas that you can think about when you want to stretch outside of that and come up with your own guitar solo, basically. And don't worry if you're a beginner here thinking this is way out of my depth. I'm going to really break it down, and doesn't matter what level you're at, you'll be able to practice this. So I'm going to stop talking, we're going to zoom in, and I'm going to show you some cool stuff. Alright. Let's go. Alright, so the first thing we need to know when we're improvising or playing over any song is we need to know the key that it's in. And then we can find the scale and the appropriate notes that we can use to try and pick out a melody and a solo. So, The House of the Rising Sun, the song that we're going to be using to practice with, we've got an A minor, a C, a D, an F, A minor, C. Alright, that's the basics of it, right? So, if you want to learn that song, just that song by the way, you can again find that on my site, you know, in the description below. Again, tons of free lessons there for you to browse through. So, that's the key. And a good indication of the key is the first chord that you use, really. Alright, and 9 times out of 10, that will be the key that you're playing in. Right, so that's in the key of A minor, which means I can use the A minor pentatonic scale, which goes 5, 8, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 8, 5, 8. Alright, now again, it's good if you already know that and have practiced with it. Again, there's lots of lessons on my site and on this channel that you can look through if you need some more help with the pentatonic scale, because we're also going to be looking at the extension of that. We need to know that shape there, and we need to know the extension, and that goes 2 frets back, sorry, and we go 3, 5, 3, 5, 7, and all this is doing is this is taking shapes either side of the first shape and creating like a run that we can use, right, with the same 5 notes. It's all the same notes, just in different areas. So I've got 3, 5, 3, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 9, 8, 10, 8, 10, 12. And again, that's the same notes. It's all the same 5 notes, just repeated, right? So, if we know that, and we've got that shape, that's a good base for us to start. So, when we want to pick out the melody for first, right, a good practice, this is really good for ear training, is to try and sing the song. So I've got a little loop here of it playing. Now again, I've recorded a backing track for you, okay, with this song. You could just listen to The House of the Rising Sun as well. Again, that'll be on the website, but this won't have any lyrics in it, and it's good. It's a good thing to have just to practice along with. So let's try and pick out the melody first, right? A house in New Orleans. This is why I play guitar, because I can't sing. They call the rising sun. Da-dum. So that'll take a little bit of practice. I've obviously done this quite a few times, so I know already, right? But what I would do initially, I'd be going, there was... I'd play around the notes. There was, no, there was, okay. A house. No, see, that doesn't work. There was a house. So this is where the pentatonic scale doesn't always give you what you want, right? Because there's notes out there with the song that isn't there. I can't hear that. There was a house. Maybe that one. But still, it doesn't fit my ear right. So what we could do is take some notes from the A minor scale. Just add a few of the notes in and see if any of them work. Now, the minor scale, the pentatonic scale is a 5-note scale. The minor scale is a 7-note scale. So the pentatonic scale is just the A minor scale with 2 notes removed from it. Alright, so basically, we're just going to add some of the notes back in. Alright, so it's no longer the pentatonic scale. See, there we go, that's what I'm looking for. So, this note here behind 5 on the G string is a cool note to use. Alright. Now another note, right, if I play the pentatonic scale and add that in, I can add that in as well. 5, 6, 8, 5, 7, 8. I messed up there, right? But that's it. You just want to practice that. 5, 7 from the D string. 4, 5, 7, 5, 6, 8, 5, 7, 8. Alright. And that'll give us some extra pizzazz when we're improvising, okay? So, we've got... Let's go over the melody then, right? I'm just going to talk you through this. So again, try and figure it out yourself. There was a house. Now, what I'm going to do, what I'd like you to do is pause this video right now and try and figure out the rest of the song. If you've got the backing track there you play along with, great. And as soon as you unpause, I'm going to show you what it is. And I'll leave the tab for this as well, so you can practice the melody. And then it's easier to branch out from there. So, I'll see you in a second. Okay, hopefully you paused. If you didn't, then that's fine. I'm going to show you the melody anyway. But again, it's a good ear training exercise. And again, it's the whole thing about teaching a man to fish. You know what I'm saying. So, anyways, 5, 7, right? There was on the D string. 4, 5. And then 7, 5, 7, 7 on the G. 7, 5, 7, 7. Again, I've got this tabbed out for you right on the website. There was a house in New Orleans. And then 8, 10 on the B. 10, 8, 9, 9. And then again 5, 7, 4, 5. And this time 9, 5, 9, 7, 5, and then 5, 5, 7, 7 on the D, 5, 7, 5 on the D, 7 on the A, then 5, 7 on the D. Alright, roughly that's kind of what I hear, right? Maybe it's a little bit different, but that's pretty much it. So let's play that with the song. and that is the melody. So we practice that, we get the melody in our heads, and then it's easier to branch out from there and create something similar to that, something around that. So when we're looking to improvise and do a solo, a lot of the times, not all the time, there's two different types of solos. There's one that goes completely off track and doesn't sound anything like the singing and the melody, which is cool. There is another type which is kind of like singing the song again, but adding some flair and embellishments to it. And I think that's a good place to start. So if you think about the guitar, what we're doing is we're speaking through it, right? And you want to think about sounding conversational, all right? So saying the same thing, but in a more flary way, all right? So for example, we could do that. The main melody. We could do this instead. Okay. Now, again, that might be a little bit more advanced if you haven't practiced these kind of techniques, but it's just an example of different things you can do. So I'm doing the same thing. Now I'm bending up. And I'm thinking about singing at this point, right? There was a house in okay. So that's the kind of thing. So there's bends. And again, I'm staying within that melody, right? I'm still singing the same song. There was a house in New Orleans. All right. And then I could slide. I could go. And I'm adding a little bit of vibrato in there as well to add it a little. Another thing you could do is add in some double stops, right? Now a good one to use in the pentatonic scale. In the A minor, I can slide up to 9 on the G and 8 on the B. I can do that. And again, I'll stay within the melody, right? So let's practice something. Okay, another thing I can do there, right, is play around with the notes, right? And again, I'm kind of beat-bopping, as you could say. Again, keeping it conversational. This is a thing that I talk about a lot in my blues course as well, using sequences to go up and down the scale. So a good practice is to go up and down like that as well. So for example, instead of doing this, I could go like that. Okay, that's a little bit different. And again, it's just about finding different ways of saying something using the scale. So again, finding sequences and using them. So rather than going up the scale, what I did there, I did 8, 5, 7. 8, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5. And then you just copy. Like that. Let me think. Another thing, again, using those notes outside of the scale. Like that. And again, I use all these things in the little intro, so it's good to go back there, look at that, and you can see what I'm doing. Okay, again, I'm using that note. 8, 6, 5, 7, 6, 5, 7, 5, alright. like that. And again, I'm not really thinking about that much of what I'm doing. What I want to do is just give you a couple of ideas that go through my head when I'm playing over something, and a lot of it comes down to muscle memory. That's very important. So you need to be practicing all these things, like the double stop, these kind of moves. What's important to know is that I do this stuff every day. You know, I'm playing this stuff all the time, so it becomes muscle memory. So it takes a bit of time to get there. You just need to practice it. And again, I go over all these exercises, the scales and all the sequences and everything in my blues course. So again, that's in the description. And that stuff will be really helpful to do this kind of stuff well. And there's a lot more stuff on improvisation and things in there too. Anyways, that is a lot. I'm sure there's more that I could talk about, more that I could cover. If you've got any questions, please just leave them in the comments and I'll try to go over. The best way is to catch me on the Facebook group, catch other students there. You can interact with me, ask me any questions, and you know, I'll do my best to sort it out for you. Anyway, guys, that's us. Take it easy, and I will see you in the next lesson.